Hello everybody, it's Emily here from Phoenix Gateway. How are we today? I'm really well, thank you. And I wanted to do a weekly read for you, and I'm starting to do it a little bit different. So what I am doing is actually pulling or intuiting 3 of my elixirs, which I'm going to show you in a minute. And from that, I'm also going to pull a few of my cards because I feel it gives me a really good, another really good way of, or indication of, as a general read, what we can be expecting for the week, or if it resonates, you know, to you, with you, what it is that you could potentially do for yourself as well. And remember, because it is a general weekly read, it's not going to resonate with everyone. So before I get into the actual read, just a few things. I am reading from my Sacred Geometry Healing card deck. These are available on my website as well as stockists worldwide. Anyone who purchased from me, I will also personally sign for you. Okay, the second thing is, and where I am, what I am using are my L.A.B, or which are liquid alchemy in a bottle, which are my high vibrational frequencies that have been created to nurture, balance and heal mind, body and soul. Remembering these are a beautiful complementary therapy, and we are not using them instead of anything that you may use have been prescribed medically, but they work as a wonderful complement on any ailments that you have or anything that you are feeling on all levels of your being that feel out of sorts. So what I am doing is I am pulling 3, intuiting 3. I'm going to see how this works on a weekly basis. But I'll pull 3 and then I'm going to pull a few cards. I've already intuited 3 of my elixirs for the week, and I'm going to talk about them in a minute. And then the next, no, there's actually 2 more things. I forgot this last week. How can I forget? I'm actually running on the 24th of February and a live online mini workshop on working with, it's a guide to working with the Sacred Geometry Healing cards. And then of course it is an understanding more so of the basics of geometry, sacred geometry. That is on the 24th of February. It's 9:30 to 12:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, you are very welcome to join me. Of course, all links will be with this reading as well. And then last but not least, the most exciting is my Seed of Sechem tour, which is being run in Egypt on October 1st to the 13th, 2024. You are welcome to come and join me on this amazing tour of Egypt. And if I will put my details on it, I will have a landing page set up within the next week or so, which will make it a lot easier then to contact me as well. But if you would like a discovery call, I will put my number on there. You are welcome to contact me about the tour, or we can set up a time to speak of the tour. But would absolutely love to have you come with me. You know, we get to go to places that, you know, if you were to do a normal tour of Egypt, you would not get to experience going on, you know, in just a normal type of group. We get to go places that most people don't get to see, and that's what's so exciting. And, you know, in all honesty, it's probably a time anyway that, you know, it could become very possible that a lot of these sacred sites that we go to worldwide are going to start being closed off to the public. And, you know, if you have the opportunity to get to Egypt or to go to another sacred site that is truly calling you, I highly recommend going there when you can, sooner rather than later. All right, so I am going to, I just dropped my box. And I've been dropping a lot of things lately. Okay, I'm going to leave the box there because I've made a mess of that. What I am going to say is 3 elixirs have been pulled. The first one that came through actually was this one. It was protection. Okay, protection. This one says, I am protected from negative energy and ill harm. The second one that came through is Maapun. And this is really a beautiful, beautiful elixir that was created. And I created this one in Uluru, actually just before the initial lockdown started. So I was very, very lucky to get there when I did. And this one is as above, so below, as within, so without, as the universe, so the soul. I'd actually like to read you also what I have written, or not the whole thing, but a part of what I have written on Maapun, so you can get an understanding. But before I do, I'll just tell you this last one is Solfeggio Frequency 285. And Solfeggio Frequency 285, my body is my temple. Optimal health and well-being are my priority. And when I pulled these, I could really see where, you know, what this is about. And what I really feel is happening is that, you know, with these 3 elixirs together, it's talking about us going through these energetic upgrades, these shifts within our body. It may be, you know, when we look at the 285, whether or not you haven't been very well, or whether, or, you know, but on the other level, with it being with Maapun, the way I see it is that it's telling us our body is going through these energy upgrades right now. It's really, really important as we are more and more vulnerable within ourselves, and we are more vulnerable when we're not well, or when we are going through these shifts within ourselves, that we do create protection. I've had a lot of amazing positive responses about my protection elixir as well. It has been used quite a lot. So it's really, really important that we can protect ourselves, and working with these frequencies is a beautiful way in which we can do it. Now, just to talk about Maapun, and as I've written on it, it's as above, so below, as within, so without, as the universe, so the soul. So the description, you'll find this on my website as well, and you can find the longer version of it, is the relationship. So when Maapun itself is the relationship between healing and the stars, and where they align together. This is the name channeled and given to the elixir that I created in Uluru. The second Hermetic Principle is called the Law of Correspondence. And that is that outer world is no more than a reflection of our inner world. And that's the as above, so below, which is the Kybalion. What is happening on ground level and within sacred places such as Uluru and Egypt is what is being mirrored in the stars. The stars represent the neurons transmitting energy impulses along what we consider the axons. This is the same in the earth as impulses are fired and travel down the axons, or ley lines that join other ley lines and sacred sites around the world. We're seeing it above, we're seeing it below, and we're seeing it within ourselves. So it's me giving the analogy of the way it was channeled and shown to me when I created this elixir. With the ever-changing world upon us, we are being awakened, and more of the blueprint that is encoded within our DNA is being activated. And they're saying now that we are actually activated our 3rd strand of the 12 strands of DNA that we have. We are realizing just how connected we are to the collective, that everything around us stems from the beginning of time when consciousness created form. We are all a part of one heart unity universally. It's time to realign, reset, and rebalance our mind, body, and soul to fully open to allow for our cellular memory to be encoded with the new and higher frequencies of this time. So it makes perfect sense, especially too after the 285 frequency came through for us, I did pull them just before I started, because that way it takes up a little bit less time. So let me pull some cards on that. I'm not gonna, So a few cards. Let me just pull 3 cards. Oh my goodness, they are all flying out, whereas last week they didn't fly out at all. So I just want to pull 3 cards. 1 second. And again. I've just had some family come in. Hi, just doing a reading. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm just going to pull these cards because they don't seem to want to come out. 3 cards, please, and thank you. Wow. All right, so I believe this card, well, I know it came out just recently in one of the readings that what I did. It's 33, and when we look at 3s, we're looking at expansion. It's definitely the aspect of the heart, the connection of heart to our higher consciousness, okay? And it's saying that when we start to shift aspects of ourselves, when we start to shift our thought patterns, our belief patterns, what we actually start to manifest and create into our world is second to none, and is truly remarkable, because it's, it becomes a belief, because every cell within our being, within our body, actually feels, knows, tastes, smells, and just understands that, this is what we're here to create. And in doing so, we are doing that up leveling. We are going into the higher frequencies. We are going into our intuition, and the intuition being the GPS of the soul. It's the intuition that we are using to create these changes as well. And it's, when we also use the intuition to understand that our bodies, everything around us is shifting and going to the higher frequencies. It's also then saying with the 285 frequency, well, what do I have to do to help my body to heal? What do I have to do to keep my body feeling aligned? In these times, it's very, very important to drink water, but you want to drink at least a filtered water of sorts, not your tap water. You also want to make sure that you're eating, good foods, and not foods full of preservatives. You want to make sure that you're really spending a lot more time in nature as well, because all of these things will help with the changes that are going through at this time. Okay. Dreamweaver. I actually pulled 6 cards last week, the other day, for people to do as a reveal, and these are 2 of the cards where I'm pretty sure that were actually in it. And everything I've just spoken about in terms of manifesting, this is what we're here. We're here to release the fear, and spider is also associated to fear. It's like that homeopathic thing where if you're dealing with spider medicine, it's about releasing that fear, and we're being able, what you might also find right now is an aspect of you is feeling a lot more vulnerable as well. And vulnerability is good, because it is also showing us that we're getting out of our comfort zone, and we need to make these changes that we are here to do and within ourselves. But as I said before, when we truly believe, okay, what we can bring into this world, what we can create, we will manifest it, because as above, so below. You're going to bring everything together, and it's going to align for you to be the master of your web. The spider is able to build her web. She can take it down at any time and rebuild it again. And you can do that as well. Okay. Seriously, next card, like I've just pulled it off the top, surrender. The surrender card is actually the Tesseract. The Tesseract in its netting form, which you see here, is 8 cubes, okay? The Tesseract is also known as Metatron's cube. This is all part of the metaverse in which we are an aspect of. And it is a number 46, so 4 plus 6 is 10, which is a 1. It's about new beginnings. But the 261 different positions that this particular netting can go into tells us that when we surrender to what is no longer serving us, to what it is that we truly need to let go of, we will start aligning more and more and more to our true selves, to our true paths, and what we are here to create for ourselves. We will believe, because we won't be restricted, restrained. We won't feel like we're suffocating energetically. We will be creating absolute awesomeness as we're going through these major shifts right now. I'm going to take the bottom of the deck. It is the Taurus. Okay, the Taurus has a frequency of the 432 hertz. The 432 also is known as the universal frequency. Okay, and you know, it's also a 9, a 4 plus 3 plus 2. So it's that endings coming into the new beginnings when we look at it in that aspect. But it is the universal frequency. Creating the balance is so important. And the best way to do this is to get yourself out into nature. Make sure you're drinking plenty of good water. You're eating good foods. Laugh. Live, laugh, and live, love, and laugh. They're the 3 words I was just thinking of. Anyway, I think I've spoken long enough for today. A beautiful reading that will take you into the week. If you'd like to know any more about anything I have spoken about, you will find them either in the bio or in the post on YouTube. Anyway, have a wonderful week, and we'll speak to you later. Bye for now.